everyone, welcome back to Evil Genius. Carrying on where we left off, we're basically just trying to put in as much power as possible to enable us to have as many guns as possible, to kill as many soldiers and annoying super agents as possible. Like this fella here. So that is Dirk Masters, who's now been incapacitated and is being brought back to here. So he'll go into here and then be contained. Now, the only thing, it's not so much a problem, but it's a time critical thing, is that when we move to the new island, as indeed we will soon, I'm just doing some missions around here to sort of capture various bits and bobs. When we move to the new island, there will be a time limit, because we need to get in, we need to get the base built as soon as possible. We need to get the super agent containment room built as soon as possible, so that essentially it means that, and also the training room, so that we can contain the super agents as soon as they arrive on the island, which they will. And then also we have the option of training or retraining new people, new minions, who may have been killed as a result of those super agents coming to the new island. So that's going to be a sort of a very close time thing as far as we're concerned. So, you know, I will admit it's previous playthroughs taken me a couple of attempts to get that right. It's not as straightforward as people think. You're all going to die. You're all going to die. Look at that. Brutal, brutal gunfire. But, you know, serves them right, they shouldn't be on my island. If I have to prove the point, I will. So there's Dirk Masters being brought in. Now, the advantage is that I've got doors in front of these ones, so I've locked these two out to make sure that Dirk Masters gets taken into this containment room. So, now, because we don't want to build too much money, because if you have too much money when you go to the second island, you get stuck in some kind of strange bug loop with this particular mod and the other mods that are in this pack. And it means you can't really get your money out to go into the new location, so it becomes a stuck problem that you can't really get around. So that's why I'm keeping the level of money low, and all I'm doing is just repeatedly gassing these buggers, because I want to keep their intelligence levels pretty low, and their desire to escape pretty low as well. So you can see there, they're going to have their stats damaged significantly as these things here are continuing to set off detectors, or at least they're supposed to be. There we go. So there they are, some guys from the previous outing. So that's the situation we find ourselves in at the moment. There's the body, or the corpse, not the corpse, the body of Dirk being transported any second. If these guys get out of the way. Thank you. We took out the batteries, put in those. We've got a few batteries in. Are they the high capacity batteries? I don't think they are, actually. They're just standard capacitors, so we still haven't researched the high capacity ones, which is a shame. Now, what we've done is we've stopped the scientist creation there, so we can create as many technicians as possible. And also on the spin doctors, so that we can create as many valets as possible, because there are various missions that we need to do that will enable us to essentially get more bits and bobs into research. So, like the Garibaldi crown jewels even, which as you can see are here, and don't they look lovely? They've not been researched yet, so we're still waiting for a research fellow to get involved with that. But it's not something that you can actually force them to do. I mean, they'll go around looking for research. I mean, we've got 16 scientists, biochemists everywhere. Now, which reminds me, can we do that one? Yes, we can. And that's the biochemist over there. So, we've got a lot of people in ready to do this one once we've got enough valets to move in. Now, we've got 7. I could move in the 5 valets, but I'd like to have more valets available to me before I start doing something like that. So These guys are now in the process of getting that. And we'll have to move them back to hiding as soon as they've done. There we go, monkey magic complete. So let's go back into here and put them all into hiding again. Because otherwise we're going to get the attention of the enemy. Which we'd rather not have, for obvious reasons. Now, here we go. So there's Dirk, he's in the prison. There's Mariana. And there, of course, is our Kung Fu boy, Mr. Jet-chan. So, well contained behind an absolute metric F-ton of machine guns. Along with machine guns there and machine guns there to cover them in case they decide to break out into this area. So, high security door, and then obviously this is the main thoroughfare corridor around the base. Now, let's have a look to see what else we can do. We could get one of these ones. Now, that requires 4 valets and 4 guards. So, if we put the 4 guards in, we'll put 5 in. We'll put in a couple of mercs. And then we'll put in the 4 valets. We'll put 5 in. Because then that will give us some more uber loot. And then we can come back and we can get this thing with the 5 valets once we've got more. So, yeah, not too bad. More uber loot there. I'm going to try his Eiffel Tower. So, let's see. That's from when we had our this thing here, totem pole, which has now been assembled successfully. Missions wise, you can see we've pretty much done everything really that we could do on this level until we move to the new island. So it's essentially just oh, hello monkey boy. It's just a matter of essentially tidying up, making sure that we've got enough minions to see us through. Put some more power in there. Another bit of power and a nuclear power station. There we go. There we go. All the power's in there. That's looking good. Our power balance is good. We've got additional guns and stuff down here. So what we'll do is we'll put in another turret that way. Oh, look at that. You can even see the power like leaking out through the side of the building. That's how much power it's generating. And so obviously all these gun turrets here, they deal with these guys if they manage to break out, which they may do, but the point is we tie them up. You know, delays for them. As I, of course, wet the whistle. What's this? That could be anything. Oh, that could be this fella. There we go. Because we've got the cameras up as well. Let's make sure the circuits are all correct. They should all be on circuit 2 for the main area. Obviously, we can't put anything here. We could actually put something there. I'll just put a standard camera there. And then make sure that's on circuit 2, which it is. Because we've got nothing to attach it to. You can't attach it to these metal stanchions, sadly. They need kind of a wall to be attached to, so. Is that a standard one? Or is that, yeah, it's a standard one. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take that out, and we're going to replace it with a long distance one. So we're going to take that out as well. Now, the reason I put things like that in is to give our scientists something so they don't have to walk all the way around our entire area in order to find things to research, so they can find it relatively quickly. There we go, there's the old brain doodah thing to help them retrieve their smarts. And then the zoom lens camera goes there, so you can see then how much further reach it will have. You can see there, that's coming out as well. Got a helicopter landing with more money and people. Let's check our people situation. Yeah, they're continuing to be trained, which is fine. We're good with that. It's this lot here. So, yeah, generally speaking, it's not going too bad. We had a little bit of an issue with the power earlier, but we seem to have covered that now. We've just got to wait for... Oh, hello. Oh, how lovely. More people to kill. See what I mean? See, they blow that up. Because they can. And so I kill all of them. Because I can. Because they're worth it. So we just got to wait for that. Oh, in fact, what we might do is we might just bin it. And then put a new one in. Put a new power station in. Fortunately, because we've got enough of them, it won't be an issue. And also, they're running up the edge here. So we'll follow this guy as he's returning to HQ. And he's running in towards the guns. And there he goes. And so will the two friends behind him. And we'll get rid of those tourists as well. None of this touristy bollocks down here, sunshine. Waiting for his squad. He's an anvil thief. As in, he works for Anvil. He doesn't steal anvils. But either way, he's going to be catching some bullets. 1, 2, 3, and dead. Well, at least you're all dead next to each other, so I hope you're all very happy. You also can die, as can you guys. Look at those. All those turrets just kicking off. It's one of my boys. Okay. So, let's see. We're continuing with the thingy. Oh, that's a point, actually. We didn't do that, did we? Let's go and get that Uber loot. And that one's Felonious Fundraiser. Now, we need to find out how many valets we'll have left after this. We may not have many. But we'll have to see. But either way, we've still got plenty of missions to do on the map before we can start thinking about moving to the new island. And money is obviously remaining static, which is good. We're not stealing any, as you can see on here. There's no money stealth. Hang on, where did that come from? I don't want to be stealing money. I most definitely... Oh, that's why. Okay. Well, I can't change it now because otherwise it will stop the mission from working. But it's only 8,000, so it's not the end of the world. Worse things could befall the organisation. Now here, once we get the ability to create freaks, is where the setting will go for the Uber trap to auto set this off. So we're not relying on sensors like that. So this can become a sensor-free area, and these guys can be gassed as ad nauseum and have their stats lowered significantly, almost to the floor. Now, where's our girl? There she is. Let's send her back to her. Yes, her mot juste, somewhere to relax, somewhere for her to enjoy. So let's have a look. Research. Nothing. Not a sausage. Might not occur until we capture or we do... Oh, God, really? These boys really need to stop blowing my shit up. So, I mean, they're just killing everybody. Never mind. They're going to run up the way. We'll see. No, they're blowing shit up. And this is why you also need guns facing this way. There we go. Just keep running in front of the guns, please. Saves time. Now what we might also do is just put a few guns that way like that. So at least then we can kill anybody who makes their way past here. In the meantime, you can see obviously there's these turrets here that will engage them. But they've done a reasonable amount of damage down here, and that's the problem. So, yeah, as you can see, flaming nuclear power station, never a good thing. As Fukushima can definitely attest to. Let's put a new door in there. And leave them to their devices down there. Now, what's over here? Oh, these guys. So these guys are making their way out, so you can see a few of them have made it. And there we go, we've got the Uber loot. We killed quite a few of them on their way back. So, now let's see where they're putting the samurai, because invariably they put it in here. Here we go. So, let's find a good position. There we go, up there. So that's another piece of Uber loot we've now stolen, and also we've only got one valet. There. So that means we've only got 2 available to us, and we'll have to build up some more valets again in order to get the decoder machine in any kind of serious way. So you can see, look at the numbers, there you go, 2 out of that. Not ideal, but, you know. The thing is, what I'm wondering, because we're at premium usage of space, we don't really have anywhere else we can use with respect to training areas. I don't know, though. We could actually, you know what? I've got an idea. If we put in a temporary training room here, like this, and then run a corridor down to it, like that, and then what we can do is put in loads of valet trainers, like this, and then we'll take that off of level 4, and then we can basically send all the valets to be trained there, which would help. Now what we could potentially do, now we'll leave it like that, because then that'll enable us to get lots of valets in. Could we? No, let's leave it. So, they're still guarding, because they're guarding the either side there, but it'll make it a nice valet, temporary valet training room. And then we can get rid of these ones here, a few that we do have, and just get them all training up there. So that essentially what we can do is get as many valets as quickly as possible. Maybe up to 30 or 40. What are you guys doing? Please die. That's interesting. I don't have a turret there. So that means we're going to have a turret covering that location. Like so. Okay. Let's see. Oh, more evildoers and footpads. He's an anvil thief. Well, welcome to the Uber chat, boys. I hope you enjoy your infectious gases that you'll be receiving. So, yeah, money's alright. We're good. What's going on here? Goodbye, fellas. I think it's fair to say we need a few more guns sort of that way. Maybe one that way. Oh, that's a good idea, boys. Run right into the fire. Smart move. Very smart move. Because they're all going to die horribly now. So hopefully one of our valets will come out with the fire extinguisher and put everything back to a non-flamey version. We'll have to wait and see. Bloody soldiers and their C4. Bunch of arseholes. We've only got 3 valets, that could be part of the problem. Oh, there's our fire extinguisher boy, he seems to be blocked up a bit. Come on, fire extinguisher lad, get out there. Shit is burning. Here he comes. So for those of you who are not aware, have that set. Autosave every 20 minutes. Believe me, you'll need it. Come on, fire extinguisher. Will he make it before there's an explosion? He's doing good. Oh, we got second extinguisher in. Lovely. Oh, third extinguisher. Oh, we are spoilt. Fine extinguishing work, sir. So then a technician will make his way out. And we'll be able to do a little bit of repair. So these guys literally going to keep milling around here. They're going to try and break in. They're going to fail. They're going to come in. They're going to come out. Go back, 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 back. And generally it will just tie them up. And generally speaking, annoy the living piss out of them. Which I'm a big fan of. So they shouldn't be in my base anyway. So to hell with them. Let's have a look at our snipers. Oh, we're up to nearly up to 10 snipers. So that's good. Let's see. Yeah, numbers are pretty good. Those are the 2 we need to focus on. We'll put that down to 15. We'll put that down to 18. So we can get the technicians in as quickly as possible. Okay, so there's our temporary training room, which should be being built soon. And then essentially we shall destroy the rooms here, these things here, or destroy these things here, so they all go into that other room. Yep, there we go. So they finally broke in. And then they see a level 3 door on the other side, which they then need to break into. And it's a pretty secure door, as you can see, with the gears and the bolt locks and the deadlocks and all that kind of stuff. So, well, deadlocks, I think is the term. So in that regard, it's going to be relatively difficult for them to sort of break through. It's going to take a certain amount of time. Oh. And then they break through it ultra quickly. Wonderful. But then also, the other door then closes behind them. There are times when you need to set this to like level 1 door, so that they keep coming in and coming back and coming in and coming back and stuff like that. Or to force them to go into there, because they know that general curiosity will take them in there and just think, what's this, I wonder. In the meantime, as you can see, their colleagues are being gassed with the gas option that takes away the smarts. And now this is locked again behind them, so they'll have to break out again. And so that's essentially continues the delays. Now, obviously, because they keep setting this off, if we had these activated, then it would continue to keep blowing them round and round and round, and we get loads of money. But at the moment, we're okay for money. We don't need any more. And we don't want to have too much money for when we move to the second island. So 8 million is more than enough to deal with right now. God knows, I wish I had 8 million in my own bank account, but never mind. So that's a very unfortunate sitting position, but you know, whatever. So here is, of course, the freezer room where all the corpses that we are generating slowly sit here and just expire along with our meat. Lovely. There's a mental image for you. As long as you actually get something out of the right bag, I'm sure you'll be fine. So I don't want it turning green as a result of that thought. So there we go. They'll be repaired by our technicians, of which there are 6. There's one more technician on his way to being a scientist. And these are all mercenaries, so we're building up loads and loads of mercenaries, which is great. So, yeah, not too bad, really, under the circumstances. I think we are doing what needs to be done. Oh, we need to take that out of the circuit, because I don't want them killed. Because that's one that is in there is a poison gas trap, and these are just nerve gases to essentially ruin the smarts. See, so there they've broken out again, and they found another locked door on the other side. No interest for them. Now, the advantage, obviously, of not having these sensors in when we do is we'll be able to put the gas trap right up to the edge here and gas them as they stand by the entrance. So, now, when they do break through that wall or that door, it will remain open for a certain period of time. It's then closed and locked behind them. So, we're marking them all for death. So, literally, as soon as they make their way out of there, they'll all get brutally murdered. There we go. Now they're basically trying to shoot their way out, as you would expect from soldiers. But that also means then that that's going to create a fire and a bit of damage and cause some problems. So that's the downside of soldiers, especially if you don't have a lot of money available to you when you're playing Evil Genius, is soldiers have a tendency to just blow crap up when they can't make it through where they want to make it through. So, and there we go, finally made it out. And let's see, the level of, yeah, 296, so it would have taken them a while. But also, as a result of that, they're now on the alert, on the cameras, on Circuit 1. And so Circuit 1, guys. Oh, hello. Hello, fellas. Welcome joining us. So as you can see, it's a real party around the front of the base. Looks like they decided to blow up this place. So we'll have to put in another one. Here we go. Unpause that. And we've got some other bits and pieces that we can stick in here as well. Where's the power plant? There we go. And we'll put in that, and then we'll put in that. And unpause that. So that gives us some more power to play around with. And here you can see some of the support teams and security guys who have come out to deal with the people that are on the camera. The only drawback is, like, if they're caught on the camera, like here, they get taken to the prison, to the cells. Obviously now, where it could be a case of when the Evil Genius 2 comes out, that you may have other options available to you. I mean, I for one would like the ability to say anybody who's in this corridor who is not a member of the organisation, I would like to be killed rather than captured. So here you can see multiple training locations, and in comes our fellow. This is looking good. We are going to just put a nice, should we put a hotel double door on there? No, let's just put a standard double door. So, that's all being put in, so they can do their training. And then we can get as many of those little buggers as possible. Now, let's see. Those guys, they're still marked from being murdered. Let's check the other side, because did all those... Yes, they did. Look at that. So we can essentially intercept anybody at the other part of the island. This is good. These are all being rebuilt. Let's put a door in there again. Somebody's been in there recently. It's not too bad. So I'm quite pleased with the situation as it stands right now. And so that will be the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed Evil Genius. Feel free to leave a comment. And we'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.